Hello everyone! How to Turn Your Life Around, the top 5 books for getting results. Andrew here with Kimball Realtors. I'm going to do something a little bit different today because I really want to talk to you about something I'm very passionate about, which is really making the most out of your life. You know, real estate is a very challenging career and it has ups and downs and it's great. I love it. I wouldn't do anything else. But you know, I always say that there's always room for improvement in everything that you do. So today I'm going to talk about 5 books that have made really a profound difference in my life. And if you read them, they can make a profound difference in your life as well. If you could do me a favor though, before we get started, hit the like, comment, and subscribe. And if you comment, if you like the books that I'm talking about, let me know. If you think there's a book that's better, let me know. If there's a book you've read that made a difference for you, put that in the comments down below as well. That'll help everybody because, like I said, these are my top 5 books, but everybody probably has a different top 5 or different 5 books. Also, I'm going to tell you my 5 books, a little bit about each one. I've also got 2 bonus books for you that I'm going to give you at the end that are going to get you some results as well that might not be on everybody's list. So, to start with, I'm going to start with one of my favorite authors, Brian Tracy, in his book Maximum Achievement. Now, any of these books, any of these authors, you can pick any of their books, and they've got great books. I've just picked out my favorite ones. So with my 5 top books, number 5 is Maximum Achievement by Brian Tracy. Okay, and what I really like about this book is I've read so many of his books and I listen to his discs when I'm in the car. And this book almost is like a summary of everything. There's so much of them that I've kind of gotten from other things as well. So as you read it, you kind of get a summary of what's going on. What I really liked about it here was, I'm just going to pick a little bit out of each one, but chapter 7, which was called The Master Decision, and he talks about, you know, making that master decision for your life. And the quote that really got to me on this one was, "You are the architect of your own destiny. Everything you are, everything you will be, is up to you." And that is so true. One of the themes of my life is, you know, being responsible for your own actions and for your own results. I called this the top 5 books to get results. And I believe you're responsible for your own results. And that's in every aspect of your life. So number 5, Maximum Achievement by Brian Tracy. And anything by Brian Tracy is going to be a winner. The next one also, this is John C. Maxwell. And he has written a lot of books. And I've read a lot of his books as well. I like them all. He does go from a little bit more, and so does Brian Tracy, a little bit more of a business standpoint. But these books could be used for really anything in your life. If you want to change your motivation, if you want to change your career, if you want to change how you deal with others, just anything at all that you're looking to make a change with, these books will help you. One of the reasons I picked my number 4 book as the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership is that everyone is a leader. Whether you realize it or not, you're a leader. Someone is watching your actions. Someone is watching what you're doing. Quite often, you might not even know that you're leading someone, but someone is watching you and they're following you, and everyone can improve their leadership abilities. This book really makes it a point to say great leaders are not born. Great leadership is something that can be learned. You can learn to be a great leader. It starts with leading yourself, and again it goes back to personal responsibility, but it starts with leading yourself, and then you can lead others, and no matter who you are a leader. So this one, all 21 laws are awesome. All 21. But number 9, chapter 9, is about the law of magnetism, and who you are is who you attract. And I totally believe that. When you're a leader, you're attracting people into your life based on what you're doing. And I'm going to talk later on about the law of attraction, but it's so true that number 9, the law of magnetism, who you are is who you attract, is so true. And that's just one of the 21 laws in there. For my number 4 book was The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. My next book, and he's one of my favorite authors, Dr. Wayne Dyer. And he writes more from a spiritual context than, say, a business context. But what I like about this here book, it's not what you think when you read The Power of Intention, like I intend to do this or I intend to do that. He's talking about intention being connecting with the universal spirit. And everybody has a different way they talk about what the universal spirit is. I tend to call it something the infinite intelligence, which is actually in one of the books later on I'm going to talk about. But my number 3 book is The Power of Intention by Dr. Wayne Dyer. And like I said, anything you pick up by Dr. Dyer, you're really going to like. Yes, stay tuned because I do have 2 bonus books coming at the end. We're going to talk about 5 books, and I got 2 more bonus books coming at the end. So number 3, Dr. Wayne Dyer, Power of Intention. This one I really, really found profound. I really, and like I said, I love to read. I always love to have a physical copy of a book because I reread books over and over and over. And every time I read them, I know that there's a reason I picked that book up again and I'm reading it again. There's something I'm supposed to get from it. I firmly believe with The Power of Intention is a lot about, again, spirit helping you. The universal source helping you, whatever you call that universal source. But chapter 8 was, it is my intention to, and live my life on purpose. And he talks about everyone has a purpose. Everyone here on this earth has a purpose. And he guides you through how to find your purpose. And often what your purpose is going to be is what you're most passionate about. There's something that comes back to you, regardless of your age, whether you're just starting out or whether you're getting towards the end of your career life or anywhere at all. Wherever you are, there's probably something that you know in the back of your mind you've always wanted to do. So sometimes, you can pick a career and that'll allow you to also follow your purpose, find what your purpose is and follow what you're passionate about. And that was chapter 8 is my intention to live my life on purpose. And it says your purpose will find you. And it will. Your purpose will come from within you and it will find you. So very good book. And again, Dr. Wayne Dyer, anything you pick up by him is going to be great. Unfortunately, he did pass a few years ago and I was saddened when he passed because he has written so many great books. And I really like reading all of his stuff and I reread them very often. Got to have a small coffee break. So that was number 3, Power of Intention. Now we're at number 2. And this one's really, really good for everybody. This is another one of my favorite authors. The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. So he's got 66 principles in here. And you could, first of all, if you read this book, you're going to have some profound changes. You really are. This is going to get you some results just by applying the principles in the book. The key word there is applying those principles. Any one of these principles could make a change for you. And when you put all 66 together, it's going to be like skyrocketing you towards your goals of what you want to get. What I liked about this one was the very first chapter that I read. I picked this up, and the very first chapter is take 100% responsibility for your own life. No one is going to do things for you. You've got to get out and do them on your own. You've got to take responsibility for your own life. I think it's very important that people realize that. When you're looking to turn your life around, when you want to get results, you got to start by looking in the mirror. You got to look in the mirror and say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take 100% responsibility for reaching my goals, making my dreams come true. I say everybody else is too busy pursuing their dreams and goals to make yours come true for you. So you really need to get out there and do it yourself. So number 2 was The Success Principles by Jack Canfield, another author that if you pick up any of his books, you're going to get great information from him. To me, this was my favorite one. And again, I've reread this several times. Every time I get it, or every time I read it, I get something different from it. So now we're going to be to my number 1 book, which is also, you may probably have heard of this one before. This one is the number 1 best-selling financial book of all time, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I can't stress how many times I've picked up this book in my life and I've read it and it's given me a different perspective on things. It's almost like a refresher course. It's like, yeah, I knew I was supposed to be doing that. And then I picked this book up and it gets me back on the right track on things. It was designed to be, again, by the title, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, designed as a book for financial success. But you can take the basic principles in here and apply them to any part of your life, whether it be, again, financial, career-related, fitness-related, weight loss-related, even finding a relationship-related. Because what it does, it forces you to focus on your priorities. It really hits home of what are your priorities and how are you going to make them come true? What action are you going to take to make them come true? So again, just my all-time favorite book. When I talk about the law of attraction and I talk about I'm a certified law of attraction practitioner, this book always comes back to me, and every time I read it, every time I pick it up, I pick up something different. The thing that really stepped out in this one is chapter 6. It's called Imagination, the Workshop of the Mind. And the quote is, "It has been said that we can create anything we can imagine." And it really is so true. You start in your mind, you create something that you want, and you will make that in its physical form. And that's another part of the law of attraction, is bringing that to physical form. But it's so true. You start with your mind. That's just one of the so many principles in this book that will really make life-changing results for you. It's really awesome. Highly recommend these. So I'm going to summarize real quick. Give me comments on there if you agree with my top 5, if you disagree with my top 5, if you think some other ones should be in there. These are my personal top 5. So we started with Maximum Achievement by Brian Tracy. We had 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. We had The Power of Intention by Wayne Dyer. We had The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. And of course then Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Them are my top 5. I'm going to get right to that bonus here in a second, but while you're thinking of it, if you like the video, could you please like, comment, and subscribe? Again, I can't stress that enough because it really helps us so we can do more things for you. If you like something a little different, like I did on this one, let me know that too. If you like All Real Estate better, let me know that as well. But the next two I'm going to talk about, my bonus books as I call them. This one's called The Secret. And most people have probably at least heard about The Secret. It's a very good book for utilizing the law of attraction. I'm a firm believer that everything in our life is brought to us by the law of attraction. The people, the circumstances, and events in our lives are brought to us by the law of attraction, and we're responsible for what we attract. I also believe that we need to take actions on what we have attracted into our life. So this is a really good book, even though it was the first exposure for a lot of people to what they call The Secret, the law of attraction. The law of attraction has been around since the beginning of time. It's like the law of gravity. It's always been there. It didn't just start existing because we started believing in it. It's always been there. If you take a close look at your life, everything in your life has been attracted there as a result of, again, the people, circumstances, and events in your life, and again, how you reacted and how you took action on those. So really good one. The Secret, I highly recommend that one. Another business book that I've read that I just really, really like, and I come back to it so many times, is called The Leadership Challenge. And this was by Kozes and Posner, and I hope I'm saying those names right, but it's The Leadership Challenge. And this really talks about how to be a leader in business, the challenges you're going to face, and how you can create a vision for your organization and see that vision through to completion. And it's so important. It goes back to the same situation of, you could use this for any aspect of your life. It's a lot about, again, having that vision for the future and creating that vision. That was the biggest thing that I got out of this. What I like too, though, is, like I said, I can reread this and find something different every time I read it, which is another reason, like I mentioned, I really like having a copy of the book, because I go back through and I find something different. I really believe it goes back to the law of attraction. When I need to see something and when I'm ready to see and hear something, it comes to me again. And so that's a practice that everyone can use. I actually think that could be a whole separate video. I might try to make a video just on that for you guys if you want to see it. Comment if you want me to do that. I'd love to hear about that if you have used it, if you want me to go more into it. Otherwise, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching as always. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye now.